Hello and welcome to this week's Practice Building Tips. I'm Dr. Vicki Rackner, the president of Medical Bridges. I call on my experience as a former practicing surgeon, clinical faculty at the University of Washington School of Medicine, and entrepreneur to give you tips that will help you accelerate your practice growth. This week's tip is find your sweet spot. When my son was in Little League, he wanted to buy a very expensive bat, and I asked him why. He said it's because the bat has a great sweet spot. I asked him, what's a sweet spot? He said, well, when that ball kisses the bat sweet spot, you get a home run. What I'd like to talk about today is how you can hit some professional home runs by living in your sweet spot. The formal definition of a sweet spot is a place where a combination of factors coalesce to give you the maximum response for a certain amount of effort. I'd like to help you hit some professional home runs, and here are 3 factors that can contribute. First is your sweet spot patient. What is your ideal patient? The second is your ability to live in your gifts and your passion. And the third is your timing. So let's begin with your ideal patient. Many practices worry that if they narrow the focus of the kind of patient that they work with, they'll slow their practice growth. Paradoxically, quite the opposite is true. Once you're able to narrow the kind of person that you really want to work with, you will most likely find that your practice grows. Tip number 2, spend time in your gifts and your passion. If you want to be proactive about understanding what your gifts are, think about going to people who are important to you and asking, if I were on the cover of a magazine, what would the magazine be and what would the article be about? Or if you could only make one telephone call, under what condition would you call me? Tip number 3, leverage your time. The word doctor comes from the Latin word for teacher. You spend lots of time teaching patients one-on-one. You can accelerate your practice growth by reaching more than one person with your educational content. Maybe it means creating educational videos like this for your patients. Maybe it means writing newsletter articles or maintaining a blog. In summary, spend more time in your sweet spot. Identify your ideal patient. Identify your gifts and passions, and figure out how to leverage your time so that you have the greatest impact on the greatest number of patients. Well, thanks for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this tip. If you would like more, go to www.medicalbridges.com and sign up to get these free tips delivered to your inbox each week. Here's to your success.